Hello everyone on YouTube. Just doing this video to help someone out who may need to replace the motor for a Sirius Range Hood. If you are replacing the motor and you're ordering the motor, you need to be able to get the information from here, and they'll also ask you for the date back there. They need that date just to confirm that it's not under warranty. And so you need to be able to remove this whole hood in order to access the motor. There are some range hoods where the motor falls through the space, but the space isn't adequate for the motor to come through. So you have to remove everything in order to access the motor. Mine is connected by a screw back there, and you'll see another screw back there. And so you're not going to remove those first. Okay, so again, primarily you're going to remove or turn off the breaker to make sure there's no power coming to the unit, as you're going to be removing some electrical components. And so you're going to disconnect the lights, this wire here that's going to the light, another one on that side. This wire here, this flat wire, is going to the controls up front, and then you have the wire motors. The green and yellow one is the ground wire, and then the black one is the wires for the motor, and they're all going up on the side of the motor, and I'll show you where they're connected to. You'll see that they all come up here on the side, and they're connected right in here. They're all coming up through, and there's a little hole right here that they all come up through, and the wires come across. The flat one is here also, you'll see. That is on the bottom. Focus. That goes in to the bottom here. This one's here, and then the others are all squished right in here, right on the side. So you're going to remove these screws here, all these screws going around on the outside. You're going to remove this plate, and you're going to disconnect this flat wire. I'll show you a picture to give you an idea of what the wires look like where the motor is connected to. The motor wire is right here going in, and you'll see where they're connected. You need to take a picture of that so you know exactly where they go in for the new motor. And the motor itself comes up right into the middle here, comes right up above this plate, this top part here. So there are 4 screws around the motor. Okay, but first, once you disconnect these screws, and you disconnect this gray flat wire and the motor wire coming in here, and the ground wire, you have to disconnect the ground wire too. Then you're going to remove the 2 screws that you have back there, if yours is connected that way. And then this whole assembly here is going to come down. Okay, so you need to be underneath it. As you unscrew those, you can just take it down, move it out of the place, out of the way, and that's when you're going to access the motor. Okay, that's the only way you can get to the motor. Again, you're going to remove the four bolts around the motor up top, and that's when the motor is going to come through. And you should be able to put your hand on underneath and unscrew up top to be able to loosen the motor and to take it through. Okay, putting in the new motor is just doing everything in reverse. Okay, you're going to put the motor in, connect the 4 screws up top. Your wires are going to need to come up through on the side of the motor, and the ground wire is going to be reconnected up top here, and the flat wire. So once you get this, the hood to come back on after the motor is on, you're going to put these 2 screws in first. Don't tighten them. but they just need to be able to hold the hood in place until you can get the wires coming up there, them connected back into the panel that is screwed and secured, and then you're going to screw the hood back down with all the screws that are going around here. Okay, once that is secured, then you can tighten the screws down here. Okay, once that's done, then you can put the vent back on, secure it. You can see I have some furnace tape seal there. You can use that to seal it as much as possible. Once that is all done and it's connected, then you can connect the power and test it and make sure that it is sounding good. Now, you have to make sure that the motor is level. Okay, I believe the previous one we had, it wasn't leveled, and so I could see that the fan blades were rubbing against the wire, the motor wire, and against the side, and that's what was causing a lot of the noise and the buildup of grease under there also. And so make sure the motor is level, and it should then last much longer than maybe your previous motor did. And so once that is done, you ensure that the motor is level and all the wires are securely going in, and you reconnect the lights. Also, then you can put the top. There's two pieces to the top, one that connects to that top plate up there, and the other one just really sits in the middle there, but they're both connected. So once it's completed, I'll post a picture of that also so you can see what it looks like, and hopefully it works out for you and this video is helpful for you. And as you can see, mine now works. It is much quieter than the clanging one that we had previously, and hopefully yours does the same. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to help you out, and hopefully you're successful. All right, take care.